Oh, all right, all right. So we seem to be live. Let's go to Discord. Let's check our audio too. We need to check our audio. Do we have the audio? Oh, wait, let me share. Let me check the audio. Do I have audio? Mm, mhm. Yeah, it's good. It's a good audio. Good audio. All right, so let's see what we got on the Discord. So I realized that the logos guys are actually like Christians. They believe in God. So that's very interesting. So they're like, so that's why they believe that one plus one equals two. You know, they have to believe in something absolute. It's not like they have a choice. It's like no one has a choice. People believe whatever they need to believe. Believing anything is a result of of circumstance. So if you are religious, then you have to believe in absolute truths that there are straight lines, and these guys are trying to hang on to geometry, the laws of geometry and the laws of logic. So it's really very interesting. It's not they cannot be objective. They don't have the luxury of being objective. All right, let's see what servers are occupied right now. Black Diamond is no good. This is nothing. Storm Cloud. I don't think there's anyone ever on Storm Cloud. Friends of Logos. Let's see. I mean, they're easy targets. Let's see. Hello. Hello. Is anybody there or is everybody gone? I mean, it's 6:30, so for them, it shouldn't be that late. It should be okay. Hey, can anybody hear me? Hello. Hi, J-Rock. What's up?
Yo, yo, you
Yo,
can.
what's up?
Oh, did you get my message?
Wait, somebody else is speaking. Bev, are you there?
I am.
Hey, you want to debate?
Oh, come on, dude. About what?
Uh, so you guys, you believe in God, so you have, so like,
You believe in evolution. Evolution is your God. Like, how can you say that I believe in God? Where did you get that from?
wait, you don't believe in God?
Well, what's God? We tried to have a word conversation with that yesterday about it, but you didn't want to do it.
Yeah, I had to go. I had to work for my owner. Um, so the question is, I obviously I don't know what God is. I think it's a bad scientific hypothesis.
What?
I think God is a bad scientific hypothesis.
Is it a scientific hypothesis?
Well, if it's
At
unscientific,
all?
well, if it's unscientific, then I have nothing to say about it. If something is unscientific, then I don't know how to relate to it.
Hmm.
Right? The claim that one plus one equals two is a true statement. That's actually a scientific statement. I
It's a
can
mathematical statement, not really scientific, is it?
I don't distinguish because it's your
What?
experience. I don't distinguish between math and
You don't
science.
distinguish. Well, you should,
I
because
used
there is a massive difference between modern
I
science and
I
mathematics.
used to distinguish, but then I started studying, the brain and how the brain works. So my conclusion is that there is no difference between science and math. Math is just your experience, my experience. One plus one equals two is just my experience.
It's an experience.
Yeah, a brain of vat has no idea that 1 + 1 = 2. It doesn't mean a brain of vat doesn't know anything. Without experience, you have no.
Is that what you're saying then? Are you saying you are a brain in a vat?
No, I'm not saying I'm a brain of vat. That's not what
That's
I'm
the way
saying.
it seems like you. It does sound like that's what you're saying whenever you talk about a brain in a vat.
Stop. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying a brain in a vat would have no conception of anything. A brain of vat would not know that 1 + 1 = 2 because it would have no experience of fingers, of coffee cups. It would have never encountered anything it could count. A brain of vat would not know anything. It would have no experience, so it wouldn't know anything.
Wait, so you're saying you're not a brain in a vat then?
Correct. As far as I know, I'm not a brain of vat.
You're not saying that I'm a brain in a vat, are you?
Correct.
Okay, so can we get rid of the brain in the vat then?
No.
If you're not a brain in a vat and I'm not a brain in a vat, then there's not really much point in bringing up a brain in a vat, really, is there?
Of course there is. What are you talking about? I'm saying that it is our experience. It is our scientific experience that teaches us that usually 1 + 1 = 2. It's not even always the case. There's many cases in which 1 + 1 is not 2.
Is there?
Of course. Like two clouds when they meet.
It's like one apple and one orange is not two apple oranges. I'll give you that.
No, you could say one apple and one orange are two fruits, but one cloud and another cloud, if they meet, you can easily mix them up into one cloud. It would be
piles of sand.
Right. Or in general, well, bosons in physics.
In what?
Bosons in physics. There's fermions and
Bosons.
Bosons, yeah. So bosons are the force particles in quantum physics, and fermions are the matter particles in quantum physics. So the bosons have a tendency to unite. That's what a laser beam is. A laser beam is happens because waves want to become one. Light waves want to adhere to each other. They want to wave together. It becomes one wave by its nature. If you just bounce it off two mirrors, the many trillions, I guess, of light waves become one light wave. I don't know. That's what they say. It doesn't matter. Look, you can certainly imagine that sometimes you take two things.
You said it. Don't be saying it doesn't matter. If if you start saying something,
I take it back.
Then
I don't want to go into quantum physics. But
you take it back.
Yeah, but if you like look at, I think clouds are a good example, or just waves in general. Like two waves can become one big wave, at least temporarily.
Okay, and that's a sort of a falsification of 1 + 1 = 2 for you.
I mean, but everything is a cloud, right? A coffee cup really is a cloud when you look at it from from a when you look at
a coffee cup is not a cloud.
Right, a coffee cup evaporates very slowly. It's evaporating very
cup.
Yeah, in trillions of years it will completely evaporate.
What, a clay cup?
Yeah.
Are you sure you don't mean deteriorate?
I mean, I think it from a physics point of view, it slowly. I think protons. I don't know if we know this or not, but it might be that protons decay.
It might be.
It might be. So we don't know.
Yeah.
So on infinite time scales, the coffee cup might disappear. So a coffee cup really is a cloud. It's temporarily not a cloud, because on infinite times.
Sounds a bit Is it diletheism? A
What?
cloud of diletheus.
What?
The coffee cup cloud.
Yeah, you can look at the coffee cup as a cloud. You are a cloud, right? You are
You can
certainly
look at it as a cloud, or
what?
you can look at it as a cloud, or it is a cloud.
I mean, it is a cloud. I mean, it's evaporating. You are certainly evaporating right now, right? You know that you're mostly water and you're losing that water and you need to drink all the time to replenish. You're basically a cloud. But if we look at you under,
I'm not a cloud.
I mean, what is a cloud, right? A cloud is right? If you look at a cloud,
It's like a vapor.
right?
Isn't it?
But
I
if
was
you
gonna
look at
say
a
water
Not a
vapor.
solid.
Right, but if you look at a cloud under like a super microscope, at the end of the day, you just see molecules. And that's what you would see if we look at you under a
Well,
microscope. We just see molecules.
would you?
You can see molecules in a microscope.
I mean, in a high powered, I'm saying like in a high powered theoretical microscope, you would see, right? You would see droplets suspended in midair. You would
Is that
see.
what you see in a microscope?
I don't know what you would say. I never looked at a
Hope to.
cloud.
You would hope to, wouldn't you?
What?
You'd hope to see it.
I don't know. As far as I know, a cloud is just tiny droplets, tiny aerosol droplets suspended high in the sky. So if you look at the droplets, you would see, just water, just droplets of water. And if we would look,
Wow.
through
Through a super micron thingy microscope, and all you'd see is water. You sure?
when we're talking about a cloud, right, you would see air too.
Have they put a cloud in a microscope?
I don't know. I mean,
I don't
we
either.
know that when it rains, the water comes out of the sky. So I assume that a cloud has the water that rains. So it's got to be water.
I think that we could probably agree on. Water comes out of clouds.
Right. So it's water. It's micro droplets suspended in midair. That's what
Bended.
suspended in midair. That's what a cloud is. And ultimately, you could view us as clouds. We're evaporating all the time. We're like a
Oh, the coffee cup.
yeah. Coffee cup is the same. Coffee cup is not mostly water, but
Coffee cup's the same as a cloud?
I mean, ultimately, if you look at it on infinite time scales and assuming protons decay, there's no reason to assume a proton would live forever. But so if we assume, we don't know.
There's no reason to assume a proton would live at all.
Anyway, but I think mostly we can assume that a proton decays. I mean, everything decays on infinite time scales.
Question. Could could evolution invent a coffee cup?
I mean, evolution invented a coffee cup. Who else invented a
It
coffee
did?
cup? Right, evolution invented humans, and humans invented coffee cups. So evolution invented coffee cups.
Wow. There you go with your God again.
Wait, what?
Evolution God.
Why do you say God? Why do you need everything to be God?
Because you said just then
You gave
the
sentience to.
evolution made it, everything, man, and all that.
You gave like some kind of superior power to a word.
No, nothing has
Evolution.
superior power. Well, I don't believe
You
humans.
said evolution invented Like, how does something invent something?
Right, because humans don't invent anything. When you actually analyze what thinking is and what inventing is, you realize no one ever invents anything. It's also
So how does evolution invent something?
it doesn't. I mean, it's just an allegory. Just
I was quote I was quoting you on that
I mean,
one.
ultimately, nothing is true. I mean, anything you analyze, anything you scrutinize thoroughly, you invalidate. Nothing withstands any analysis. So every word is just it's like always an inaccurate description of our experience. Any word, any description of our experience that you take and you scrutinize falls apart. Nothing withstands scrutiny.
You sure about that?
Yeah, try. Nothing, yeah. Try. I mean, you can try. Like you can try with 1 + 1 = 2. That's my go-to. That's the most right. 1 + 1 = 2.
I do know that you could prove that if you had one apple in one hand and one apple in the other hand, you could say I have two apples.
Yeah, you could say, and I would agree that you could say,
So 1 + 1 = 2.
no, that's 1 apple and 1 apple. That's not 1 + 1.
So
One
now I
plus
have
one is
two
it?
apples. I
One.
have one in each hand. I've experienced that. I have knowledge
Yeah,
of
I,
having
I I agree.
two
Me too.
apples.
Yeah, I totally agree. But that's not what 1 + 1 = 2 means. 1 + 1 = 2 is a prediction that always and forever any one of a type, let's say, and another one of the same type will become two of the type. And that's you don't have any evidence for that. All you know is that in your experience, every time you tested it, it happened. You don't know about the times you didn't test, and you don't know what's going to happen in the future. So you don't know that 1 + 1 = 2.
Do you have evidence that apples are clouds?
I mean, you could view, as I said, you could view
Could
apples
be.
as clouds. You could view a coffee cup as a cloud on infinite timescales.
I couldn't.
Why? On infinite
You-
timescales, if we assume protons
What's
degenerate,
what does infinite mean? Wait a minute. Wait. Stop. I'm sorry. I wasn't trying to like cut you off. I just when you say a word, we need some clarification. So what's infinite?
uh,
What's an infinite time scale?
like uh, like you look at a coffee,
Think of a cloud.
like you look at a coffee cup right now, it looks like a coffee cup, but 10 years from now, is it going to be there? 1,000, a million, a
It's
billion,
not
a
infinite, is it?
trillion, a trillion to the trillion to the trillion years from now. What's going to be there? Where's the coffee cup?
Is a trillion and a trillion and a trillion? Is that infinite?
I'm saying on very long time scales, you don't know where the coffee cup is, if it will exist. You don't know. So we on infinite time scales, a coffee cup is a cloud. Right? It's gonna one day it will break, it will shatter into tiny and tinier pieces. And at the end it will go back to being sand because
Is that something you just believe because you, like evolution invents things?
no, nothing to do with evolution. It's because of entropy that it's going to fall apart. Most things fall apart. Like things just fall apart by their nature, by the nature of the universe. Plus, we can assume that atomic on atomic scales, things will fall apart in the long run. So it's even worse than a cloud. A cloud is going to be much more, more strongly held as a unit object than a coffee cup on infinite timescales. A coffee cup
So
on
these are things you can these are things you can like experience and know.
these are things that I can experience and know. Sure.
You can experience trillions and trillions of years.
Wait, let me just check my audio.
Think we could safely say that an infinite amount of time is probably defined as how long a coffee cup takes to become a cloud.
I don't know, but it could be the other way around. It could be the amount of
Let
time.
me
that
just check
it
my
takes
audio. I just
evolution
want to
to
make sure
invent
that
the
we're
coffee cup.
recording.
Check your Claudio too. Make sure that's
Check
okay.
McClaudio. Anyway, what's the question? I'm not saying something like, look, in my opinion, you guys are not objective because you guys believe in God. You want to believe in God. So this,
You definitely believe. I think you believe that evolution is God.
no, I don't believe evolution.
That's what I would say.
No, I don't believe.
I mean, can you define God?
No, I can't even define
Well,
God.
how can you say, how
I mean,
can you say
I
that
can.
we believe in it then?
I mean,
We go
I
back to
used
the
to,
ontological argument eventually.
no, nothing to do with ontology. I used to belong to cult
No.
when I was, when I was, I used to have crazy days when I was legit crazy. So in those days, I used to believe in nonsense. So
You mean you were crazy at one time?
yeah, I was,
How did you
Did
know
you
you were
get better?
crazy?
I
Like, how
was
do you
as
know? How do
crazy.
you know now that you were crazy then?
I mean, I was crazy like you guys are crazy now. I used to believe in nonsense, but then I, I
Then you
slowly,
got better.
what? Now I know, but now I'm less dumb. I used to be really dumb. Now I'm a little bit less really dumb,
Is
hopefully.
that like when you used to use logic, or
Uh,
did you ever use
no, I
logic?
still use logic. I mean, but you just have to understand that, logic has its limits. I mean, it's all based on our experience. Logic is just
How does logic have limits?
because logic is just your experience. I mean, if you try to make a logical claim like 1 + 1 = 2, that's not a logical claim. That's just your experience. So logic is just your experience. Logic is not something beyond your mortal experience, which is something you cannot rely on if you look for absolute truth.
Pretty sure you could work out that it's either this or that
What do you mean?
without experiencing.
It's, I mean, your experience that usually 1 + 1 = 2 is just your experience. It, it could be that you've been fooled. It could be that someone is fooling you. It's just your experience.
Well,
It's not.
yeah, but logic is either I've been fooled or I haven't.
um
That is the idea, right? Of logic is to set up a statement that's either true or false.
Right, but you can never know. I mean,
But you can never know whether something's true or false.
right. You can never know if you have been fooled or not. This is an unknowable.
Why?
What?
How can you never know that if you've been fooled or not?
Because
Surely either 1 + 1 is 2, or it isn't.
Or it is, yeah.
no, it's just that in your experience, it could be that in reality there is no such thing as ones. There's no coffee cups in actual, in reality, there are no coffee cups. There are no clouds. The actual universe, the real universe, has nothing to do with your experience. It could be that your
But
experience.
there are coffee cups and there are clouds.
No, it
I was
could
gonna
be.
say pretty much logic is there's either a coffee cup or there isn't.
No, but you can never know
Yes.
this. This is a nice thing to, to imagine that maybe there is a truth, but it's unknowable.
Pretty sure you can know and
No,
if something either it is or it isn't.
no, you cannot know because you can always imagine that you're being drugged, that you're in a simulation, that you're dreaming, that you're a Boltzmann brain. I mean, the number of just the number of possibilities of how we're being fooled is incredible.
So possibilities outweigh knowing.
I don't need to I mean, just the fact that it might be that this reality is not a reality, it's just some sort of dream, that's enough to dissuade me of believing that 1 + 1 = 2. I don't know if this reality is real. So my experience that 1 + 1 = 2 usually is true. is insignificant. I don't know what actual reality is like. And I can never know what actual reality is. I don't know if this
So
is
you're
actual
sitting there, it's
reality.
not reality.
What?
So you can know nothing.
Exactly. Which is
Good luck with
which
that.
is actually humiliating. Which is, it's very nice, but it's the truth. It's very nice.
I would agree with that statement. That's what you just said is humiliating.
I don't know if you mean it sarcastically or you mean it as in.
Yes, both.
Okay, then I'll ignore the sarcasm. But I think it's I'm a truth seeker. So I just seek the truth. So if the truth is that I can never
But
know the
if
truth.
you can,
What?
but you're saying if you can know nothing,
Yeah.
how can you find the truth? You
That
say
is
you're
the
a truth
that
seeker,
is the
but you can.
truth. That is the truth. That is the beauty of it. That is the truth, that I can never know anything definitely. That is the truth. That is that is the truth. And anyone who says otherwise is lying. That is the truth, that they're lying. I know that when someone says that they believe that there is a God, I know they're lying. They don't believe there is a God. Maybe they want to believe, maybe they want to pretend to believe, whatever. They don't believe there is a God. You cannot believe that there is a God. It doesn't. That statement doesn't even make any sense. When someone says that they're absolutely convinced that 1 + 1 = 2, I know they're lying. Certainly, I mean, after having a conversation with me, if they keep insisting that 1 + 1 = 2, I know they're lying. If they keep saying vertical lines, straight lines, geometry, I know they're lying. I mean, after you have a
Yeah,
discussion,
but you said you can know nothing.
what?
You said you can know nothing. How do you know somebody's lying if you can know nothing?
I mean, that is. I mean, that is all that I can know. I mean, there are certain things that I can know. I know that I exist. I
But you didn't say that a minute ago. You said that you could be whatever,
Right.
somebody
No,
who
I
said
know
you
that.
can know.
No, I can. No, I know that I exist. No, there are certain. There's limits to my skepticism. So I know that I exist. I know that I did not create this experience. I am a guest in this experience.
I mean, so you've already changed some things. Like you said you can know nothing, but now there are things you can know.
Right. There are some
Like
things.
you exist, but so
Right.
like
But there's.
earlier when I said you've got an apple in one hand and an apple
Yeah,
in
I don't
another,
know.
that's
Right,
now
but
you have
that.
two apples, and you said no, you can't know that.
Right, because you don't know. But that's just your experience with apples. But you don't know that apples exist. That you actually. Right. The question is, in actual reality, right? This could be a dream. So in actual reality, it could be that there's no such thing as an apple, and like actual reality has nothing to do with apples and clouds. It's completely different. In actual reality, who knows? You can't imagine it. It could be that we're like in we live in this dream world. In this.
But you just said you can you
Which
exist.
which reality are we in right now?
Well, we don't know, but what do you mean? I mean, we seem to be in this reality, but we don't know if this is reality
Well, no,
or a
you
dream. I don't know. Maybe I'm dreaming,
you
right? I went to
you made
sleep.
a statement. You made a statement to say actual reality like 3 or 4 times in a row. So, what is actual reality? Are we in
Well,
actual reality? That's what I
I
want to
don't
know.
know. I don't know.
But you can speak of a place that you've never been.
I can.
You can speak for it.
No, I can't. I mean, I can at least. All I can do is say I don't know. I'm being truthful. I just don't want to lie. I'm just being truthful.
Okay, so what's the difference between just plain reality and actual reality? What's the difference?
I mean, it's just terminology. We can agree that right now we're experiencing some sort of reality, but we don't know if it's actual reality or it's a dream, right? It could be that at least I am dreaming. It could be that this is a simulation and I'm in a simulation. Maybe we're both in a simulation. Maybe I'm in a simulation, but you're not. Maybe I'm just a simulated AI and you are also a simulated AI. Maybe I'm a simulated AI and you're an actual human being. Anything could be true. I have no idea. So why?
Well, I'm just glad I'm just
Yeah.
crazy anymore, and that you've snapped out of that craziness.
All right, stop with that.
You're no longer in that
Stop
cult.
with that homonym. No ad hominem.
No, I'm just saying it's great to see that you made it out.
Stop.
And you
Stop.
broke that
Stop.
chain,
Stop.
and here you
Stop.
are, a free man
Stop.
with the color. Okay, all right, I'll stop.
Be nice. You want to have you want to have a logical conversation? We can have a logical conversation. You want to make fun of me? Then I'm
But
not
you
interested.
haven't had a logical conversation. You've literally said you can know nothing. Then you say you can know things, and you say you know you can exist. Then you turn around and say, well, you don't know that. It could be a simulation. So I mean, I don't know. Like, how do we even like have anywhere to stand to have a conversation?
In a conversation, you can ask me questions. I can explain myself. I can correct myself. I can speak in a low resolution and then switch to a high resolution. I can say general stuff and then say specific stuff. So I meant in general, it's unknowable. This reality is unknowable. But
you said you know you exist.
right, so that's the exception to the rule. The rule is we don't know that 1 + 1 = 2. We don't know that. We do know, or I know that.
Well, wait, whoa. When you say we do know that,
I know that. I don't know what you know.
yeah, please.
So I know.
Don't.
I don't know if 1 + 1 = 2. In this universe, in my experience, usually it's a good rule to go by. The 1 + 1 = 2. Yeah, but there are many exceptions. And on infinite time scales, for example, it's not. We cannot assume that 1 + 1 = 2. I mean,
What, on an infinite time scale?
right. On infinite time scale, everything evaporates, everything falls apart, everything deteriorates, nothing is left.
But see, this is where numbers don't.
Right. That's just in.
They don't evaporate.
Yes.
Or fall apart.
Yes. All you're saying is that you can imagine something that you have experienced. Yeah, you can imagine. I can imagine something that I have experienced. So
the mathematical realm is beyond.
But it's based on
reality, isn't it?
But that's like me remembering your voice. Your voice is not some mathematical truth. It's just my experience that I recognize your voice.
No, my voice is linked to me. Right? That's not the way mathematics works.
It's exactly the same.
It's not.
Yes, it is. So it's just experiential.
No.
Yes, it is.
Mathematics isn't governed by me personally.
No, mathematics.
Like my voice is.
No, it's the same as your voice. So I remember your voice, and I remember that 1 + 1 = 2. That last time I checked, one apple and another apple gave me 2 apples. That's just my experience. It's the same as remembering your voice. I can imagine your voice, and I can imagine having 2 apples. That's just my imagination. That's just my memory. That doesn't make it some absolute. That doesn't make it some absolute truth.
Are you equating to you being in possession of 2 apples to being like a mathematical thing? That
no, you're saying that you can imagine apples, and that makes it mathematical, and that makes it some absolute.
No, I'm saying that the mathematical realm is beyond the objective, right? It's not. It's not an apple and an apple.
But it's based
when you do mathematics.
Right, I agree. I do mathematics all the time, but it's based on my experience. It's experiential. without my experience that 1 + 1 = 2, how would I know that 1 + 1 is 2? How would I, without experience of apples, how can I think of numbers? Without experience of numbers, how, right? But numbers is something that I experienced. Without experiencing things in this universe,
geometry.
How would I ever thought of geometry
You
without?
don't need numbers in geometry.
How would I ever have imagined geometry without living this life and experiencing this life and experiencing straight lines and curves and stuff? But this is just my experience. Without this experience, I would have never thought of straight lines or curves or triangles or angles. These are just experiential things.
Have you ever experienced a rumpus pole?
No, what's that?
Mm-hmm. You don't know what a rumpus pole is?
No, never heard of it.
See, that's where you need to get into the mathematical realm.
I am involved in the mathematical realm. I am a mathematician.
Jolly good. Are you one of the? You're not a flat earther, are you?
No, I don't believe in the flat earth theory.
Good. Okay. So, you obviously know that there is a separation between level and horizontal. You are aware of that.
I mean, these are two words in the English language. We can look up the. These are two words in the English language. We can look them up in a dictionary.
And they're both perpendicular to plumb.
I mean, we had this discussion.
I know. Well, this is where you're going to keep coming back to it because you can't get away from it, can you?
I mean, if we're having the same discussion, then it's a circular discussion. That's no fun.
Well, it's not. It's to express the point of the mathematical realm.
No.
Beyond reality.
No. You guys believe in God. That's why you need objective truth, because
what's God?
There you go. I mean, you. It sounds like you want to play word games. You don't want to admit.
No. You're telling me that I believe in God, right? I'm asking you.
That's my intuition.
What is this God that you're telling me?
The other day, I don't know where I heard that the logos.
We tried to explain the ontological argument to you.
Yeah, that's utter nonsense.
That's all we were guilty of, right?
No. Before that,
you've come to some sort of assumption.
No, the name of your group has the word logos in it, and I heard somewhere that logos is just another name of God.
Really?
Yeah, that's what I heard, and that suddenly gave me the intuition that you guys.
Where did you hear that?
I don't remember. Maybe on some YouTube channel or so. Who knows?
Yeah, maybe.
So you
could
guys
have just been in passing, right?
A what?
You might not have heard it. You might have misheard it.
No. This is the second time. Also, when I was in college, one day the teacher mentioned logos. I remember now.
Right. Like evolution.
It's nothing to do with evolution. Evolution is some process that we recognize in nature.
Yeah, that you assume that everything comes from.
No, evolution is something that happens when self-replicating systems are under demographic pressure.
Like wait a minute, like a coffee cup evolving into a cloud.
No, coffee cup does not.
Everything evolving into a cloud.
That's not evolution. Again, evolution.
Is it not?
No, evolution is a process that self-replicating systems under demographic pressure go under experience. Self-replicating systems like biological organisms,
like Big Bangs.
No. Self-replicating systems like biological organisms.
Isn't the Big Bang at the start of the evolution process? Like,
no.
Could you have evolution without the Big Bang?
I don't know. I mean, I don't know if the Big Bang.
One of the causes of evolution would
it
be
depends.
a Big Bang.
No, I mean, we don't know what the Big Bang was. I mean, if you assume the Big Bang is just,
It must have been, yeah, it must have been necessary though, right?
it seems like it was necessary to have the Big Bang in order to have a universe. It seems like the universe came out.
Without that, you couldn't have your evolution, could you?
Yeah, I guess you would not have evolution without a universe, a physical universe.
So you could then say that evolution is sort of a demigod.
No,
that
stop
comes
using.
from the universe,
Why do you
which
want?
is another, like the god of
Why do you
evolution
need
is
this
the
word
universe.
God? Why do you keep imposing this word God all the time?
I don't know, because like I'm trying to get you to define the God that you say that we believe in.
Look.
I don't think you have a definition.
Yeah, but
though,
I don't
right?
have a definition.
Which is very strange.
I don't have.
Which is sort of like the ontological.
I don't
argument.
have a definition for a chair either.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but you say that you say that we believe in God, but you don't know what God is.
It's not that I don't know what God is.
So isn't that a really weird thing to say?
No, I don't know what God. I don't. It's not that I don't know what God is. I've tried. I mean, again, the scientific hypothesis, the scientific God hypothesis, is just a bad hypothesis.
Scientific God.
If it's not scientific, then I have nothing to say about it.
Mm-hmm.
As long as you.
And how do you science anything really? How do you science, let's say, mathematics?
What? How do I science mathematics?
Because if you say if it's not scientific, then what?
And I have nothing. I cannot relate to it. I mean, how can you relate to something that is not scientific?
Is that why you don't relate to mathematics?
No, I relate to mathematics. I mean, mathematics is scientific. It's good.
Okay, so how do you science mathematics in order to make it scienceable?
I mean, mathematics is just my experience. It seems to be true.
So what about science then?
What?
Is that how you do science, to go to your experience?
Yes, of course. It all depends on. I mean, science is empirical. Science is experiential. Math is experiential.
Okay, so how do you come to the conclusion that 1 + 1 is not 2?
I'm not saying it's
in
not.
your experience.
I'm not saying it's not. I'm saying to claim that it is a lie. I'm not saying that it's not.
You're just saying that somebody who says the opposite of you is a lie.
You cannot.
But you're not saying that it's not the truth.
Look, it's not that.
But you are saying that it is a lie.
Look, we don't know anything about this. We don't know anything. We don't like our experience.
Well, you seem to say that it's a lie. So you must know something.
If you say
for you
something,
to be able to say that it is a lie.
If you say something without knowledge, what is that? If you claim something.
Wait a minute. What's knowledge?
Experience.
You can so you can experience things.
Of course you can experience, but you don't know if this experience is true or fake.
Wait a minute. You say that you can experience things, but then you say you can't know something, but you just define knowledge as experiencing something. I mean, I'm having trouble following what you're saying.
Wait, repeat the question, please.
You've defined knowledge as experiencing something, but then when you say you can experience something and not know, I'm just having a problem following.
You can experience this universe. Does that mean that this experience is true? It could be a fake experience, right? We could be in a dream. We could be in an induced.
I ask you I just asked you to define knowledge, and you said experiencing something, which I agree with. But then when you say you experience something, you say you can't know it. So like you're having like a law of identity problem that you probably need to work out.
What's the question? What's your question?
Okay. How can you say, or how can you define knowing as experience, but then say when you experience something you can't know it?
Okay, I don't know what you're saying. Here, this is the truth. The truth is,
that was a question. I thought I laid it out pretty good, Bev. Did I was that not pretty clear?
I'll say
it's never going to be
I'll
clear.
say it again. I'll say my
Science.
thesis. I'll state my thesis again, and then we'll go through what you're saying. My thesis is that we might be in an induced dream world. That in the actual reality, if we ever wake up, that there are no apples, and 1+1 is never two. 1+1 is never two. It's something else always. Completely nothing to do. There are no numbers. It's a completely different reality from this induced reality. That's the truth, right? The truth is we don't know. We might be in this world, in a dream world. We don't know otherwise. That's the truth.
All I
So
was saying was
anything.
I asked you to define knowledge, and you said knowledge is experiencing something. So then when you experience something, you said you can't know that.
Right, when you experience something, it's within this induced dream world. How do you know that this is reality or this is a dream world? How do you know if it is reality or dream? How do you know? The truth is you don't know. I don't know. So, and
Well, how can you define knowledge?
um how do I define knowledge? I guess what I believe, my belief. I mean, okay, what do I know?
Faith. It's a faith-based knowledge, right?
No, I don't know. I don't want to get into faith. No, okay, let's look
I'm
at.
pretty sure believing is pretty similar to faith.
Okay, fine. Look here. What do I know? What again? Let's go through what I do know. I know that um I'm experiencing something, right? And I know that I did not create this experience. That's it.
You seem to be contradicting yourself.
You mean you didn't create it?
Yeah, I did not create this experience.
Right. So you are not the creator. That's what you know.
Yeah, as far as I know, I'm not the creator.
So is there a creator?
Right. Now, this is something that I know that it is unknowable. It is completely unknowable.
But you're not ruling it out.
No, it's completely unknowable to understand the beginning of everything. So anytime you say create,
did you state?
So when you talk about the beginning of everything, the creation, the creator.
Don't forget, you said that you didn't create it, right? So you put yourself in the negative position
Yes.
of a creation.
Yes.
Okay.
But the very creation, the very idea that something, there was nothing and then there was something, that very idea doesn't make any sense, because I cannot make sense of that. So
well, what do you mean? You can't make sense of the fact that at some point there was no Mr. Slave, and now there is a Mr. Slave, right?
A mistis?
You could definitely make sense of that, can you?
I don't know, what is the word mistis? Mr. Slave? Mistis? Oh, Mr. Slave? I don't know.
Is that you?
I don't know.
Is that you?
Yes,
are you Mr. Slave?
As far as I remember, I always existed. I don't know what happened before I came into existence. I don't.
But you do know that there was some point that there was no Mr. Slave.
I cannot attest to that.
Maybe. And now there is a Mr. Slave.
No, I don't know. I don't even know, because I could be a Boltzmann brain. A Boltzmann brain.
You could be a brain in a vat.
No, a Boltzmann brain. A Boltzmann brain is is just like the universe popped into existence. It could be that the universe never popped into existence, but rather only my brain popped into existence, and I am that brain that popped into existence with this.
Have you ever experienced anything popping into existence?
I mean,
there's no reason to count it out, right? But have you ever experienced anything just popping into existence?
I mean, as far as we know, that's exactly
scientifically.
As far as we know,
can you science it?
As far as we know, that's exactly how small particles behave. They pop in and out of existence. Literally, that's what they do.
Mm-hmm. And they've scienced that, have they?
What?
They've scienced that, have they?
Yeah, they actually even they lately even created a picture of an electron cloud, and you can actually see the electron popping in and out of existence, basically.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
So really, then, we have science. We have a scientific explanation of the universe.
No, because we don't know where.
Well, it just popped into existence.
Yeah, but
things do just pop into existence.
Yeah, but
so why not the universe?
No, but
why not the entire thing?
No, yeah, it's no, but even the popping into existence, even if you assume the Big Bang was a popping in,
been scientifically
no,
verified.
Let me speak 1 second. Even if we assume the Big Bang was a popping into existence of some quantum fluctuation, you still need a space-time in which that Big Bang happened. The Big Bang couldn't, right? It had to happen somewhere. So that somewhere was available before the Big Bang. So that's not the beginning of everything. Even if you assume the Big Bang happened and it was a quantum fluctuation, everything is fine. But it had to be a quantum fluctuation in the quantum foam. So the quantum foam must have preceded the Big Bang. If you assume, even if you assume the Big Bang was.
But you know your science, right?
What?
Your science works on cause and effect, doesn't it?
Yeah, that's the causality assumption. Yeah.
Okay, but is that an assumption?
Yeah.
Or is that something that they actually work on within?
It's an assumption.
Science.
It's an assumption.
Okay.
As far as I know.
So you do need a cause, then.
That's the assumption, and that's again. That's why
the cause is a necessary assumption, isn't it?
I don't know what it means. Necessary assumption. It's difficult to imagine a universe in which there is no causality. I cannot imagine.
So at the beginning,
but that's just
there must be an original cause. Has to be.
No, that doesn't make any sense.
What doesn't make any sense?
To talk about the original,
the necessity of there needing to be.
No,
an
that doesn't make any
cause
sense. No, that
science.
no, that doesn't make any sense. That is that.
If your science, don't say it doesn't make any sense. If your
doesn't.
science works on the assumption you need a cause, then why does it not make sense to have an original cause?
That doesn't make any sense. That's exactly the problem with the ontology.
Please explain, why does it not make sense? And I'll try and explain it. But you've got to give us something more than it's just doesn't make sense.
Because I cannot understand, I cannot fathom a beginning, an absolute beginning. I cannot fathom an absolute beginning to this universe. I just cannot fathom it. So that's it. I have nothing more to say. Whenever you talk about the beginning of the universe, you lose me. I cannot imagine it.
I was talking to the universe, the beginning of anything.
Yeah, no. The beginning of everything. I cannot imagine the beginning of everything. how everything began. I cannot imagine.
Well, just pick anything. Just pick anything.
No.
Right?
That I don't have a problem.
Yeah. You don't have to go for everything.
No, I
just
don't.
go for anything.
No, I don't have a
one
problem.
particular
No,
thing.
I don't have a problem imagining or hypothesizing the beginning of anything. I have a problem hypothesizing the beginning of everything. The beginning.
Well, that's what I think. Yeah, you're going too much, right? There's no need for you to go to everything. Like nobody knows everything, do they?
No, it's unknowable. It's unknowable. It's not that nobody knows.
But some people say that some people say that some have the idea of knowing everything, right?
I mean, people can say whatever they want. I don't care what people say.
Mm-hmm.
So what if people say?
Doesn't science say that it knows it? I mean, you say that science knows the popping into existence of what was it? Molecules?
Quantum fluctuations.
There you go.
Yeah, I mean, quantum particles.
The science has already done that. Why can't you expand
No,
that?
that doesn't help us because that needs a quantum foam. That happens within the quantum field. So you have quantum field. You have the quantum field, and once you have the quantum field, you can have.
Why can't you have the?
You can have quantum.
Yeah, but why can't you have the quantum foam? Popping into existence?
No. Popping in and out of existence is a quantum fluctuation in the quantum field, but that means you have to assume the quantum field. So the quantum field.
I mean, assume it. You can't assume the quantum field.
Exactly, and that's the problem.
If you're scientifically deriving things popping into existence, then where did they come from?
Exactly, that's the problem. So the beginning of everything.
What do you mean it's the problem? It's the science. You said they've sorted it.
No, I'm saying, even if you assume the Big Bang was a quantum fluctuation in the quantum field, that still doesn't explain the beginning because you have a quantum field to begin with. Where did that come from? That we don't know. We don't know. We don't have a hypothesis where that came from.
Why couldn't that have popped into existence?
Because that's already a violation. Because the popping in the
what is a violation of what?
the assumption that you can have
it's a violation of an assumption.
Yeah, the assumption is that you have quantum fluctuations in the quantum field, in the quantum foam. But that
assumes it was science.
Yeah,
science doesn't work on assumptions, does it? You said it was scientifically verified.
It's scientifically verified that you can have.
Not in somebody's mind.
You can
have decided to think.
No, you can have quantum fluctuations.
That would have to be like an experimentation.
You can have
right?
quantum fluctuations in a quantum field, but you need a quantum field. You start with if you assume with a quantum field, then you can have a Big Bang. But that's not the beginning. You assume the beginning.
Well, what's a quantum field?
What is a quantum field?
Yeah.
It's the quantum foam. It's the thing that can vibrate of its own volition, and sometimes more, sometimes less, and sometimes you get a Big Bang.
Could it be assumed as a nothing?
If you can define it as nothing, but then if you define it,
well, there you go, then.
No, you just
then the boom, the moment it's already nothing.
No.
You can just have your quantum stuff emerging from within the nothing.
No. You need quantum theory assumes a quantum field. It assumes that the quantum field permeates space-time even before.
You could also assume that the quantum field is nothing.
It's not an assumption. You can define it as nothing, but that's just the definition.
Okay. Well, what is it then?
So if you
It's nothing.
No, it vibrates. Look, in what we call the vacuum of space, the absolute vacuum of space, particles.
Well, what's that then?
I'm saying in the absolute part.
Isn't a vacuum the absence of anything?
No, because even in
Like a
that,
nothing.
no, because even there, the quantum field value is not zero. Particles always keep popping in and out of
So it's
existence.
not a vacuum then. I think
That is whatever we do. When you suck,
vacuum,
when you go into the vacuum of space, when you leave Earth, leave the atmosphere, and go to the vacuum of space, go into the intergalactic, void, where there's you try to run away from anything possible.
How do we get there?
What do you mean? How do you travel there?
Yeah.
Look, I don't know what you're talking about. All right, Bev. Look, I'm sorry.
I think you're doing scientific experimentation.
Okay, I gotta go. I've been here for an hour. I've given my 1 hour obligatory hour. I have to go.
Oh well, thanks for doing that.
Oh,
Yeah,
thanks for
I'm
giving
like,
it your
Yeah.
Mike.
I hope we resolved your issues on science. I hope you sorted some things out.
That I sorted some things out for myself.
Yeah, I hope so. I hope you did.
I mean, you were talking to me. What do you mean you hope? You are
Well,
the
you
witness.
seemed confused when you came in, and to be honest, I hope you sorted yourself out.
That's not a nice thing to say, Bev. I don't say that about you, even though I feel that about you. Don't be mean. All right, man. I gotta go. Be nice.
Okay.
I'll see you next time.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
Yeah,
Bye bye.
that was amazing.
It was okay. Bye bye. All right. I almost died.
I try to time it at the same time as you when you do the all right.
Jesus Christ. These guys are impossible. They're
Oh,
like they're denying that they believe in God. They don't want to admit that because they believe in God, they have to believe in in mathematics and in logic. It's all because they believe in God. It's not for any
let me
reason.
just address the gangster real quick. He just left a comment. Okay, yeah, sounds good. Whenever you wanna talk or email me, it's whenever you have time. You know, Gangster's a busy man,
That's
and
good.
yeah. So
Anyway,
anyways, real quick before you end the stream, can you I messaged you on Instagram a screenshot of my new dream girl on Instagram. I want you to give your thoughts if she's the right.
let me check. Let me check.
And then if Ganfar's still watching the chat, maybe he can comment if he finds her attractive as well.
All I see is a circle. Nothing is coming through. Oh, there it is.
Yeah, it's a screenshot.
Look, the problem is
Well, you gotta screen share.
Let me open it. Let me open it in my Instagram.
All right,
Instagram. Maybe double tap. I can't use my finger on my touch screen. Oh, it's working. You just have to, my computer is really slow. I don't know what's going on. Really weird. It's a new computer. Just got it. It's supposed to be like a super duper computer. No, don't turn on notifications. Messages. Yeah, it's really slow. Jesus.
Yeah.
Um It is excruciatingly slow.
Oh man.
No. I need to. I don't want to share anything. I mean, I can't share because then you would see all the people that I'm talking to. That's not good. It's too dangerous. It's too dangerous.
Alright, willing to look her up then? Like if I type her name in the private chat, will you
No,
just
I'll tell you the problem. The problem is, as usual, there's no good full body picture. There's only one, and it cuts off at the crotch. I need only full frontal. Anyway, she's not. She doesn't look. I don't know.
here?
Difficult to tell.
Here, just look it. Here, I'll look.
Okay.
Send it on the private chat. There.
In the private chat, you sent it. Oh, okay. Copy. Paste. Images.
Instagram. Yep, the first.
The first one?
It's the one. Yes, the redhead one.
I mean, we need full frontal.
There's only. Well, will you click on one that just shows the face only? So because Ganstar only does.
No, here, look. This is the only picture that gives us a hint of the full frontal. It cuts off at the knees. I need to see all the way. I need full frontal. They call it full frontal for a reason. I need a full frontal. And even that's not enough. I need her to walk back and forth, but at least a full frontal. And she doesn't give us a full frontal. She's like hiding. She's always in hiding. She's hiding something. She doesn't want us to see her full frontal. She's hiding. She's hiding her full frontal. So I cannot judge her. Not good, not bad. I'm sorry.
Let's see. I think Ganstar commented. Ganstar says, I can tell without makeup she's like a 3.5 out of 4. So he says like slightly above average according to his scale.
I don't know. Impossible. Okay. I cannot tell. She could be a 10 out of 10. She could be a 0. I don't know. Honestly, I don't know. Cannot help you. I'm telling you, I need a full frontal. At least. Or if she walks on the runway, she needs to walk forward and backwards towards the camera and away from the camera.
Asking receive says she's a solid 1. What the? No.
She could be a 10. It's difficult to tell. I mean,
when you go back and click on the actual Instagram, like if you want, you could log out of your Instagram and just click on it without being logged in.
The first one?
Yeah, if you go back on the browser and in the first link, the Instagram one.
It's loading very slowly. Oh, maybe I'm away from the router. Wow, it's loading really, really slowly. Really, really, really slowly. I'm gonna die. I am going to die. Wow. It's like line by line of her image. Yeah, this is not gonna work. I don't know why it's so slow. It's really weird. What network am I on? Yeah, I'm on the right network. No, it's too slow. It's too slow. I don't know what's going on with the network. It's really weird. I don't know. I've never had an issue. And even her image is not even completely loading. It's like half loading. Anyway, forget about it. She's not important.
All right. I just thought I'd ask. Ganstar was here.
She only has 231 followers?
No. She has like 200,000.
Oh, so that's not her anyway. So I don't know who it is, but it's It's not important. I'm gonna shut it down. I don't know why it's so slow. I'm sorry. Anyway, you got something critical to talk about, or we're gonna just end the stream? Do you want to talk about economics? Do you understand why inflation? What do you think about inflation? Is it good or bad?
I was trying to get one of my friends that I know in real life to come on and just because he's religious and he follows God, so I was like, it might be a good conversation because apparently, according to you, he's a liar. So I was hoping to get him on here.
Sure. He is a liar if he survives a discussion with me and he keeps claiming that he believes in God, then I would say at one point he is a liar.
Well, then Ganstar says, Mr. Slave, do you want to analyze Indian PE?
No, I'm tired. No. Wow, I don't care about him. I don't care about him. I gotta go. I gotta get back to work. I worked a lot today, but I need to continue working.
All right. Well, I guess you gotta do what you gotta do. I will talk to my friend about joining your panel next time for a religious debate. And to the Ganstar, if I don't know, I guess on this J-Rock my account, that's not my channel account. I guess if you have like maybe 5 minutes or so, you could stop by and say hi. I'll just leave the line open for Ganstar if you want to just have a talk. Oh wait, Ganstar also says you can scientifically analyze.
Analyze what?
Let's let him type so he can be specific for you.
Okay, I'm gonna watch Avengers
today.
He says pi. Scientifically analyze pi.
Scientifically analyze pi? What do you mean pi? What do you mean pi? Like the number pi?
Let's let him type. I will read his comment as he types it.
All right. Jesus Christ. Oh, it's the terrible version. It's totally.
He says Pi Eater Brown Daddy FA.
What?
He says Pie Eater Brown Daddy FA.
FA? I don't know what that means.
I don't know what the FA stands for.
I don't know. I honestly don't know.
What is the abbreviation for FA?
I don't know.
You listen to me? That little witch is messing with your mind. You're stronger than her. You're smarter than her. You're Bruce Banner. Right. Don't mention Puny Banner.
Whoa. Oh. One of the greatest fight scenes ever.
Oh, there it is. It means financial assister.
Financial assistant?
A sister. Like
okay,
sugar.
I gotta go. I don't know what you guys are about. Financial assister? Oh. I don't care.
Yeah.
Look, I don't care. Leave me alone. Leave me out of that world. It's a world of nothing but pain. Why does Ganstar keep going back into a world that just causes him pain? These people are terrible. Stay away from them.
Oh my god, that's just what his channel's about. He's like the how do you call it? The CoffeeZilla of the Manosphere. He's the guy that investigates and holds everybody accountable for what they say, and he looks for inconsistencies, and I think that's a good thing, like you know.
So let
You
me
want
tell you something about Let me tell you something about CoffeeZilla. CoffeeZilla judges everyone. So everyone is bad in CoffeeZilla's eyes. Everyone is bad. Everyone is bad. So I don't know. I mean, he would probably say that I'm bad, you're bad, everyone is bad, Ganstar is bad. We're all some sort of hoaxsters. Everybody's a hoaxster in CoffeeZilla's universe. I heard that CoffeeZilla doesn't even have sponsors. CoffeeZilla doesn't have sponsors. That's how terrible he is. Could you imagine someone not having sponsors? Do you understand what I'm saying?
I mean, I wouldn't know what it's like to have a sponsor. I mean, me and you, and we've all been without.
No, he doesn't have sponsors because he doesn't think anyone is a good sponsor. He finds faults in every sponsor.
Hold
he
on.
doesn't.
He says, Ganstar says, Greg made a video, Mr. Slave as a fraud. Did you see?
No, why would I see? Why would I care? Why would I care? Why would I care what these people have to say? These people are terrible. These are just terrible people. I decided to stay away from them. You know, as long as I was in communication with the Alex sphere, I was always distressed.
He says now, I've never called you a fraud, Slave.
I don't think I'm not saying Ganstar ever called me anything, but these people are terrible. Just stay away. I would just stay away from the Manosphere. I think everyone in the Manosphere is itself toxic.
Okay, would you consider Ganstar a part of the Manosphere? Or is he just an outsider that reports
Ganstar is okay. Ganstar is okay, but like I was on a panel that Woody Johnson invited me to go on, this panel of MGTOW, and they kicked me off and accused me of being a pedophile because I told them that Alex accused me of being a pedophile. So they started accusing me of being a pedophile. It's like I give up. I just give up. I mean, these people are hopeless. Why would anyone want to associate with the Manosphere? They just think the Manosphere is just a place where everyone gets accused of being a pedophile. It's like,
all right, so
why would you?
I understand your pain. I understand what happened, but my question was like, do you think that would you consider Ganstar a part of the Manosphere, or do you think he's an outsider who just like reports the news, like he reports what the people in the Manosphere say?
No, I'll tell you. Ganstar has never accused anyone, as far as I know, of being a pedophile. So
he's not part of the Manosphere.
No, it doesn't matter. I mean, the point is, I mean, if you accuse men of being pedophiles, then you are what they call part of the problem. You are the problem. You're toxic. It's like it's the go-to. It's like the go-to. It's like the witch hunt. Like in the old days, they used to accuse everyone of being a witch. Like once they accused you of being a witch, your life is over. There's no way you can get rid of this accusation. How can you prove that you're not a witch? Prove that you're not a witch. How are you going to prove you're not a witch? And that's how they get you. And they come after you. You can't prove you're not a witch. Well, let's throw you in the water and see if you float. So if you float, you're a witch. And if you drown, then you're not a witch, but then you're dead. And then at least, we know you were not a witch. Or stuff like that. If we burn you at the stake and you burn, then we know you're a witch. Crazy stuff like that. So
yeah.
So the pedophilia accusation is the witch hunt. Is the modern form of a witch hunt.
All right, so that's the only reason you want to stay away from it, because of all these accusations. Okay.
I'm not saying it's the only reason. It is certainly one of the reasons. Why would you want to be in a place that keeps accusing men? I mean, Ganstar was accused. Hormaxer was accused. There was another guy. What was his name? I don't remember. Anyway, this accusation.
You're right. You know what? I agree with you that there are definitely some bad apples in the manosphere, but you know what? Along the way you'll meet some good apples. Like I met you, Mr. Slave. I met the Hormaxer, and I met Ganstar, and yeah, it was actually thanks to Ganstar that I decided to go from an observer to creating my own channel and joining panels. So thanks to his channel, like his his workout videos and the videos of him showing off his physique to the girls on Omegle is what got me to say, you know what, I want girls to look at me the same way they look at Ganstar. So you
guys are terrific. I would say, yeah, a lot of people are terrific, but some of them are really horrible. Some of the people are horrible. I mean, you have you're saying here that Greg made a video, Mrs. Slave is a fraud. I don't even know what he's talking about. Why would anyone make a video about anyone that claiming he's a fraud? Why would anyone do that?
For views and clicks and subscribers.
I guess. I don't know. I guess.
That's how some people in the space are just trying to grow their channels through drama. I wouldn't say Ganstar causes any drama. He's just a reporter. He says what people say, like a newscaster would.
I don't like calling anyone a fraud. Even if someone really, really is a fraud, I don't know if I would call them a fraud. Like some people, I guess, are frauds. It's so difficult to prove fraud. I mean, how can you prove that someone is a fraud? You have to prove that they knowingly spread like disinformation in order to profit or stuff like that. So who is a fraud? I mean, I wouldn't even say Alex is a fraud. Alex is just a terrible person. I wouldn't say he's a fraud. TFM is just a terrible person. I wouldn't say he's a fraud. I mean, these people really believe. I guess they believe in what they say. Anyway, I gotta go, man. I gotta get back to work. This is a complete waste of my time. I'm sorry. I enjoy your company, J-Rock. I enjoy Ganstar's company. I enjoy the guys that come to this channel. The few that come here, I do enjoy. We have Askin Reeve and Ben Noich that comes by. So a few people that come here, I enjoy your company. Anyway, man, I'm gonna go. I guess I'll see you tomorrow morning. I don't know. Tomorrow's gonna be a really busy day. I don't know if tomorrow I'll have time to stream. Anyway, I gotta go. I'll see you either tomorrow or the day after tomorrow.
All right, and I'll just close by just telling Ganstar what I said. I will leave my J-Rock account live open, and if you're able to drop by, like, think of it like a phone call. If you get the notification that J-Rock's live, that's like me ringing the phone to Ganstar. All right, that's it.
All right, everyone. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye.